Hi, friends. I'm Candace, and this is Fitness and Harmonies. Let yourself go. Usually, we start our practice and we start in the seated pose. You're sitting maybe on a blanket and you have your legs kind of crossed in front. And I'm asking you to sit up tall, but relax your shoulders. And we gather our props like our blocks. And yes, we're going to use a strap today. But what I want to do is start today laying all the way down, almost in a meditative state, so that you can actually hear what we're working on, so that you're not worried about the mechanics of sitting. In fact, the overall purpose of a whole yoga asana practice is so that you can sit quietly. So let's start here. I would like you to come down. I'm actually going to put the blanket under my shoulders or upper back. I'm going to let my head actually is on the little ledge of my blanket, but you figure this out. So start out getting comfortable, coming all the way down. Close your eyelids down. This week we're going to work on let yourself go. You have been taught from an early age how to behave on the outside, how to interact with the world, what is appropriate and what is inappropriate behavior. But you've not been taught how to behave inside of you, what the message you've received and what messages to repeat. So meet yourself right here, all of your emotions, but meet yourself now with compassion. Inhale, let yourself go. Inhale, let go of the shame, the blame, the guilt, the fear, the disappointments. Inhale. Let go of the thought that your worth is tied to your outer. Inhale. Exhale, let go of those thoughts that are disturbing the peace and the quiet of your inner world. Exhale, keep honoring that you are choosing to process. Inhale. When you exhale, remind yourself that you are just human, having a human experience. Inhale. As you exhale, unite the mind in the body. Again, notice the mind is in the body. We're going to spend a good 40 minutes working on the body, but I want you to hold on to this concept that your body is holding, building up all the grief and the shame and the disappointments and the emotions. And the mind is going to meet the body with compassion. And your mind, maybe for the very first time, is going to hear the message. It's okay to be human. It's okay to process emotions. 2 more slow breaths. Exhale. We're about to claim the healing potential of the physical body. We're opening up the pharmaceutical cabinet within. Good. Begin to draw your knees up towards your chest. Give them a pull, maybe for the first time today. You're feeling the back. Maybe that's all you've been feeling. So we're going to heat up. We're actually going to get really warm, which is good. I've kept it cold in this room. Invite yourself to come up. I invite you to roll to your side, open your eyes. Press up off the floor and come back to a seated pose. So I'm going to come back up to my little perch, sitting on top of this blanket. All right, if you have a strap, grab that. I have a different strap today. There's many different straps on the market. This one has a lot of little loops on it. They're all good. You could even use something that's not even a yoga strap at all. I'm going to take it wider than shoulder width apart, twist the arm bones open. Right now I have it in front of my face, but I'm going to practice lifting it up a bit. All right, so thumbs up to the sky. Thumbs up to the sky. See if you can pull the arms a little bit back and behind you and just hold that. All right, we're going to hold these arms up for a while. So if you do have a shoulder impingement, which is there's a bone on the top of the shoulder, you know you have it because this is what you do. Everybody does the same thing. That's what that's how you know. You can diagnose it right there. So it's an impingement. There's a lot of things that act like an impingement. And what we do in yoga is always the same thing. Roll the shoulders open and don't lift your arms up overhead. So if holding the strap gets too much for you, put the strap down, maybe leave the arms down. That's okay. But thumbs up, wherever your shoulders, wherever your arms, thumbs up. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, pull the belly in. All right, I want you to track how deep and how long the inhale is. So picture you're filling up and then you're emptying out. So imagine that you're filling up a pitcher and then emptying it all the way out. Filling it up, emptying it out. Then there's this halfway. So inhale all the way up, exhale halfway. Now a little percussive blow out through the nose. One deep breath in, exhale all the way out. Let everything down, put the strap down for a moment. Let's interlace the hands and sort of wave the arms a few times. So if you did that right, your nose was actually blow. You know how to blow your nose, right? That's what we were doing. Now kind of crack the knuckles back, turn the palm face up, pull the fingers down. Do the other side. Turn the palm face up. Fingers down. Use your other hand to push those fingers down. Bring the arms back behind you. Spin the arms out. So pinkies are moving towards each other. And then release. Tip the head side to side. Give the head a roll. So like you're looking to one side and sweeping your chin down. This figure eight pattern. We're going to come back to this figure eight pattern. You know, it's on the side. So do that a few times. That upper trapezius is really a good place to hold on to tension and emotions. If you want to grab the strap again, I want to do that Kundalini breath of fire again. So strap, no strap, thumbs up, arms up a little bit back and behind the head. So this is the antenna, grabbing the energy. Deep inhale all the way in, all the way out, all the way in. Now halfway out and that little percussive blow out. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way in, all the way out. Let the strap down. Now you should feel a little bit dizzy, a little bit disoriented. This is the skull shining breath of fire. There's a really important reason we did that. That's to warm up the body, to get emotions to move, emotions to move, motions in motion, I guess. Good. Stretch the arms back one more time. Inhale the arms up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. I'm going to move quickly here. You move at your own pace. I'm coming off of the blanket, coming into your version of boat pose. Lean a little bit back, pull the shoulders onto the back, scoop the lower shoulder blade into the low back or into the sides of the ribs there. Maybe levitate the legs, maybe don't levitate the legs, but the head always stays in the waterfall of gravity. So for a moment, concentrate on stilling. So arms long and strong, abdominals scooped up and under. For a moment, concentrate on stilling. the mind and the body. That's probably very challenging to do in boat pose. The purpose of boat pose is for good, concentration and digestion. So if we can marry stillness, concentration with the outer world where there is chaos and disappointments and all of this grief, then we have this unity and we have a machine, this mind body, that can deal with anything that comes at us. So boat pose is a really good metaphor for being able to sail the waves and the chaos and the turmoil and the whirlwind of the world. 3, always seek neutral spine, pulling the abdominals in. 2, breathing well. And we'll bring the legs down, come up. Now I want you to twist, twist, twist the spine, and then roll the spine around one way, and then roll the other. We're really just doing sort of a dance process here. Twist, 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 roll, roll, roll. Other way. Again, twist, 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 roll, roll, and the other way, roll around. And we're going to do that same kind of process again. So first lift off into boat, your boat, my boat, everybody's boat. We're all sailing different boats on different waters. Sometimes those waters are choppy. Today we're trying to still the mind in really an unbalanced or about a body that's trying to balance body. Bring the legs down. All right, your options here, roll back onto your elbows as long as you can hold that with strong open shoulders and an engaged tight core, or come all the way down. Levitate the legs. I'm going to come all the way down so you feel like, oh, I have permission to do this. One knee in, the other leg stretches out, and then switch, switch, switch. Twist the legs and hips to one side, then the other. Come back to center. Switch, one knee in, the other leg out. Switch, switch. Twist right and left and center. Switch. So we'll call this like bicycling the legs, and then roll the hips right and left. Come to center, bicycle the legs, and then roll the hips. It's really the same pattern over and over. Don't get too confused. It's not important the number of times you do each thing. We're just trying to get Kundalini. Kundalini is the energy that's coiled at the base of the spine, really around that second chakra, that sacred chakra. All right, come all the way down. Even if you were up, I want you to come down now. Twist your hips over to one side, stretch the arms out. Now actually bicycle the legs, so you're actually making circles with the legs here. Now make your way over to the other side. Keep bicycling, keep pedaling. And then twist again to that first side. So we're really heating up, and we're giving ourselves a permission. Twist again. Permission to feel. If you bottle everything up, if you leave everything inside, twist again. Or even worse, a lot of times what people do is they skip the process. Twist again. Like, oh, I'm not mad anymore. That doesn't bother me anymore. It sure does bother you. Keep going, twisting left and right whenever you feel like it. Don't worry about counting. So I want you to claim your healing, that you have the potential, because you are a great teacher. So these emotions, these things that are trapped in your trapezius, they have a lesson for you. 2 more breaths. So don't skip the process. It's okay to be angry, frustrated, disappointed. Come back to center. Just put those legs down. I know you felt that. Let's put the hands on the belly and take another 3 or 4 breaths. I want you to think of your belly as like a pot of something cooking. And then all of a sudden you've started stirring that pot. Right? That's what we just did. We used the Kundalini breath of fire, and then we used that bicycle and boat motion to aid in good digestion. Digestion means that you take one thing and transform it into another. Give yourself permission to let it go. Let yourself go. It's okay to process your emotions here. Inhale, exhale. Roll to your side. Push off the floor. Come up to hands and knees. Lift one leg. Drag it in towards the belly. Lift that leg. Drag it into the belly. 2 or 3 times here. Then begin circling this knee out to the side, up and back, or the other way, whatever speaks to you. Then start doing a figure 8 with your knee. Doesn't matter to me whether your figure 8 is on its side or it's up and down. Just twist the leg around as you're sort of moving it to and fro. All I'm trying to do today is get you to move those emotions. They've been coiled up. You've been bottling them up. You've been holding them in. You've been hurt. You've been harmed, and you are human. So you deserve and you are allowed your feelings. I'm kind of going back and forth now and just giving this leg a lot of potential to move around and to let yourself go. So nothing really fancy today about perfect posture. Keep scooping those shoulder blades onto the back, though, because we are unimpinging the shoulder blades. Let's bring that knee down, stretch back to child's pose. All right, a moment to stretch. In yoga, often what I say is reach. I say reach your head, your crown of your head, or I say reach through your heels, something like that. So what does this word reach mean? I really want you to integrate the meaning of reach. When you want something and it's over there and it's just out of reach and you keep using all of your ability, like let's say it's up high, right? For me, something's always up too high for me. And you reach and you reach and you reach. So really integrate the meaning of reach. Reach through your arms, reach through your hips. So imagine your hips could go over there further, but then squeeze around the arms, the shoulder blades. 3 breaths. We're going to be challenged here. So another time we're going to be challenged in this next movement pattern. So take another breath and then come up. Wave the spine from tail, middle, upper back, even a little into the neck. So wave. The beauty of yoga is that it's personal. It's just you, and we're working on the inside. We're not working on the outside. So even if you were in a yoga studio and you've got all these beautiful bodies around you, whatever that means, right? They're all beautiful. It doesn't matter what the person on the next mat is doing. It doesn't matter if you can wave your spine, right? Some people have that ability. Some people don't. Meet yourself and your emotions with compassion and listen to your great teacher. You got one great teacher present here today, and that person's on your mat. Come up into downward dog. Reach through your heels. What does that mean? So your heels are going in the direction of the floor. And so if your heels aren't touching the floor, good. You have something to do here. Reach means something then. Reach up through your tailbone. What does that mean? It means tailbone is rising up and up and up. Reach through the palms of your hands and the fingertips. 2 breaths. And then walk all the way forward. Bend your knees, bring your hands to them, and roll all the way up. So like a spring in a wave. I'm going to step open, like kind of take one big step out, spin the leg bones open, and then drop the hips down. Pause here. I want you to take a second to seal the edges of each foot. So almost like you're taking a little needle and thread and going around the edge, and make sure that the toes, the inner edge, the outer edge, and we have to say the 4 corners of the foot. If you had 4 wheels on your foot, Push through the outer wheels, the inner wheels, the front wheels, the back wheels, and then pull up the chassis. I guess that would be the bottom of your foot, the center of your foot, pulling up like a suction cup. Now bind the abdominals, the manipura, that's the belly chakra. That's the one responsible for that digesting, right? So we have emotions. We all have emotions to digest. Then we're going to take the arms up and out like we practiced before. Remember, with the strap, the thumbs don't have to be up, but the arms do have to be spun open. So practice that. If that hurts, if you're doing this, remember, this is how we know. Then leave your arms down. In fact, let's bend at the elbows. That's better anyway. All right, this is called goddess pose. I'm going to put Gaian mudra, that is with the index finger and the thumb. That just reminds me that I am receptive and I am connected to the world. Keep sinking down. Keep engaging. Okay, so we engage the feet, but now engage the inner outer thigh. So maybe even open the knees out a little bit to the back. Now stretch the arms forward, palms up. Then pull the elbows back, palms in. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, elbows back. Inhale, exhale. Now when you exhale, you know what to do. Scoop the belly in and really brace the core, kind of like a ha, 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 ha. I know what you want to say is, my legs are on fire, right? That's the purpose of today's practice, to have the body on fire, because fire melts and transforms. Heat changes. And so that toxic buildup that's in like your neck and your shoulders and all of your muscles of your body. Now do one at a time. Ha, ha, in a twist. Ha, ha, ha. Don't worry, we're going to cool this all down. Ha. We're peeling back the curtain on all the shame and the blame and the fear and all those things that you've been holding deep inside so that you feel assertive and powerful. Ha. 3 more times. Ha. My knees are sort of rocking forward. Keep those knees in alignment. And 1. Inhale all the way up. Stand up. Exhale. Extend back. Bring your hands to kind of your low back and give the pelvis a push forward. Pause there to pull the string of the belly up. 3 breaths. Good. Then from there, come up. Spin one leg to the front edge of the mat. Spin the other one in. We usually say about 45 degrees, something like that. See how that feels to you. Rock the pelvis a little forward and back. See if you can figure 8 the pelvis. You know that figure 8? Remember we practiced that? Figure 8. So scoop the tailbone like you're drawing an 8 on the floor beneath you. Just to get a little movement potential there around the hips and the legs. Don't let the legs wobble too much. And then take the hips, turn them towards this front foot. Spill the pelvis over this front leg. Pause. Try straightening this front leg. Try diving all the way down, spilling. If you have those blocks, always use the blocks. 3, 2. From here, bend the front knee as you spin the back foot to point in the same front position. Then take the hand that's on the side of this knee and twist it open, arm up to the sky. The poses we're doing today are really custom made for this, for Kundalini digestion. For taking those negative emotions and all the emotions and all the lessons of the great guru, that's you, and opening them up so you can unveil all of those things you've been hiding kind of from yourself. 2 more slow breaths. Bring this arm down. Kind of hop this back leg forward to balance on this front leg. See if you can. I'm going to turn these blocks up a little bit for my arms to reach. See if you can balance on this front leg and lift the back leg kind of parallel to the floor. Use your hands, these blocks, your arms as little walking sticks so that they're where they need to be to support your shoulders. But your leg on the floor is doing some work here. Bend both knees and straighten both knees. What? Bend both knees and straighten both knees. Try that a few times. If this doesn't get energy rising, if this doesn't cause you to have to process some feelings, nothing will. 2 or 3 more. A lot of balance challenge going on this morning. Feels good. Stretch both legs. See if you can lift up into warrior. I'm right up against my plant here. Warrior 3. Sorry, warrior 3. Three, 2. Come all the way up to Tadasana. Let's try that again. Turn open into this goddess. Goddess is when these legs are a good 3, 4, 5 feet apart. Bend the knees, scoop the tailbone under. Level. Lift the arms up, pull the elbows a little bit down. There's goddess. Give yourself permission to scoop the belly. Give yourself permission to soak down a little bit more. One more time. Arms forward. Exhale, pull back. Inhale. Squeeze. Ha. Ha. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel like you can be assertive. You can have a voice. Ha. When you need to. Ha. Feelings are just part of life here. Ha. Ha. What we're doing today seems very inappropriate, for the grocery store. That's the point. Ha. Ha. Now one at a time. Ha. 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 Maybe a twist. Ha. Sit down low. Ha. 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 3, you're learning how to behave on the inside. So the outside, let it go. Ha, come all the way up. Inhale up. Exhale, extend back, maybe hands to the low back or the top rim of the pelvis and extend the spine. Be careful. Those legs are rolled open. Little sciatic nerve potential impingement here. So be careful. 3, 2. All right, we're going to turn the other way. So once you come up, spin the feet in the opposite direction. I'm just going to use a different leg and face the same direction. Remember this where we took the hips and made those figure 8s, remember? So you're taking the tailbone and making a little picture 8 on the floor. Up, out, over, and down, up, out, over, and down. Do that a few more times. Again, these are things you probably wouldn't do in the grocery store. And that's okay. We're not worried about that right now. This is our own internal practice. Good. Take the hips, turn them to the front. Straighten this leg as you hinge the pelvis, spilling. Hold halfway. Remember the feet. I didn't repeat that this time. The feet, the 4 corners, the 4 wheels pressing, and then come whatever is all the way down for you. So hinge deeply. So a deep, deep crease. It's the beauty of these yoga pants. They don't get wrinkly. Because I want you to really let go of the shame, that your outer looks, how you appear, how you behave, what people will think of you. 2 more breaths. Honor that you're just processing. That's all this is. Nothing too fancy. Turn both feet in this direction. Bend the front knee into a low lunge. You're just in the process of unfolding. Take this hand that's on the side of the knee and twist open. We're using mindfulness and movement coordinated together. Doesn't have to look good. We're not here for someone to make a video and to sell it. We're here so that you can process through the anxiety, the depression, and the panic. Yes, those are all things. Because you're human, I don't have to ask, do you have those things? I don't have to ask it. We're human. We all have those things. One more breath in and out. Exhale, come down. Okay, here's where we take a little leap forward, balance on the front leg, use your blocks as little stilts, and then lift the back leg. Try to make the body, everything straight, leg parallel, hips parallel. If you've got all that going on, bend both knees. Straighten both legs. Knees, knees. Go down and up. It's really knees. That's what I really want you to think about, knees. Keep going, keep going. This is called a jiva squat. 2. All right, so both legs straight. Hold on, come up to a warrior 3. So that means let go of the blocks and stretch the arms either forward, out, or back. It's all warrior 3 potential. The purpose of the warriors, but especially warrior 3, is to take up as much space as possible. It's like, when you win and you throw your arms overhead, it's like, yes, I won. Yes, that's what warrior 3 is. Yes, it's victory. 2. Come all the way up. Let's bring the hands together. Circle up overhead. Forward fold down. Walk the feet out a little bit, maybe a foot or 2. If your knees did those jiva squats, then your knees might be able to drop your hips all the way down. If your knees didn't do the jiva squat, then just come down to a seated pose. All right, this is actually one of my favorite poses of all. Malasana. Stretch the arms forward. Remember that reach through the fingers, but reach the sits bones back. Just 2 breaths here. 2. And then come down to a seated pose. Let's try this one more time. I don't have my blanket here, so that's fine. Different breath here. If you're the kind of person, I'm going to have to explain it to you because I can't say it while I'm doing it. When you stick your tongue out, can you make a tube? Doesn't look good, right? Some people can, some people can't. If you're the kind of person that can't make a tube, then just stick your tongue out, like, like a dog. So stick your tongue out, breathe in through that tube, and just blow out over your tongue. So breathe in through the tube, and then just let it go. So it's in through the tube, out over the tongue. Tube, tongue. Keep going. Again. Two more times. Getting thirsty. All right, I gotta get some liquid back in my mouth after that. Let's come all the way down to the back. All right, if you have the blanket and you liked having the blanket under your upper back, then do that one again. I want it under my hips today. I'm feeling a little like I need a little support in the front of my hips. I need that stretch. So come all the way down, kind of like Shavasana. So before we move all the way into Shavasana, I want you to imagine that your body is not relaxed. What does that mean? It means you're full of tension. You're full of all of those raging feelings like I just can't, you know, that feeling I don't want to do this anymore. I want you to practice the lesson from there. We did three breath styles today. We did Kundalini, breath of fire. Don't do that now, but just think of the lesson. Remember that? The lesson from Ujjayi breath. As you're making a sound in the throat, exclusively breathing just through your nose. It's sort of a deep, rhythmic sound of the ocean waves. And then the last breath we did was Sitali. Sitali was that cooling breath through the tongue. Remember the tube? What lesson? What did your brain, what did your nervous system learn from those 3 breaths? So I want you to go into your brain for a moment before we go right into Shavasana. Because the most important thing you can get from practice is the lesson. That you hear the message that your body is giving you. And then you meet yourself, those emotions, that humanness, and allow it to move. We've been taught, hold it in, hide your emotion. So if you get one lesson from yoga practice, it's listen to your body and let those emotions move, just like we move the torso and the legs and all those things. Take one deep breath in, let it go. Now move into Shavasana. For you, that might be take the blanket out. It might be roll onto your side or onto your belly. It might even be sit up. As you're relaxing the trapezius, remember that upper back, upper neck muscle? This is your last opportunity to talk to yourself about what you are doing or not doing. The lesson is done. The thinking is done. Set yourself now in a circle of quiet. Empty your mind of all of its concerns. Concentrate now. Focus on stilling the mind in the body together. Aparagraha means do not grasp. Do not pull. Do not hold. Aparigraha means physically let go, physically soften the muscles. Get out of the material holdings. Your true nature is of love and beauty and infinite wisdom. Pratyahara is to move gently to your inner world. Concentrate on stilling the mind and the body together. Remain still and comfortable without adjusting. This is important. At some point, you just become comfortable where you are. So discipline the mind to stop interfering, to stop questioning, the lesson of the teacher has been received. The message is simply being absorbed now. Inhale, potential. Exhale, become. Inhale, potential. Exhale. And now you feel relaxed and calm, quiet and comfortable. Those deep tensions have moved and will continue to move. And you are strong enough to ride the waves of these emotions. Begin to roll to your side. Open your eyes. Push off the floor. Move on up. Back into Sukhasana. The purpose of yoga is this, to open up this channel. Bring the hands together, honoring that channel. Let yourself go. Inhale and stretch. Exhale, come back to the heart where you and I meet. Namaste.